Hello, Internet. And welcome. I don't know. I'm not going to. I'm already bored
No,
of it.
okay,
Hello,
keep going.
Internet. And welcome to our second episode of Slaying 101, one of the Monster of the Week games that I run here on our wonderful channel, Game Nights with 2 G's and a K. Before we get started, I don't think I have any specific announcements except for watch all of our shows.
We'll know if you don't.
We'll know. That's Rob's job here, is to know if you don't. If you would like to watch any of our other shows, we do Monster of the Week here. We do Dungeons and Dragons here. We do lots of weird one-shots like Sexy Battle Wizards, which happened on Monday and was really fun. We also play a lot of video games and do a lot of things. All of our regularly scheduled programming can be found if you're watching this live on Twitch, down below our faces on the Twitch page. It's also pinned to our Twitter, which is at Game Nights with 2 G's and a K. I don't know. Is there anything specific that's happening this week that I should announce, Shawn?
I was trying to click something to unmute myself. Not that I'm aware of.
Great. Then I'll just let these fine people tell you where you can find them on the internet and what they're doing, because it's always super interesting and good content that everyone should be a part of. So I'll start. I'm Savvy, at Savvy Seaworth on the Twitters, the Instagrams, and all the other social media. Most of the time I'm here doing stuff, running stuff, playing stuff, commenting on stuff, and making stuff. But follow me on Twitter and I tweet about what I'm doing. I run this game and some other games on the channel, and it's really fun, but you don't want to hear from me because you're about to hear from me from the next 3 hours or so. Let's hear from GB.
Hey,
Tell people who you are.
Graybeard from Graybeard's Tavern. Check out my Twitter. That'll have my schedule on it, and it'll lead you to my webpage and all the other social medias. And, I'm just going to sneak this in because I have a moment. Thanks for the subscription for these guys. I love you guys. That's what I do when I'm on channels. All right, that's it for me. More at the end.
How about Sid?
Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. And I'm here, and I'm going to be here on Wednesdays coming up in September. I'm very excited for some Tabfall. Woot woot. And on Tuesdays, you can find me over on FemNPC for Neverland 5e. Hashtag Peter Pan is, I think Lich is the highest guess now. We're still figuring it out. He's still a dick though, but what he actually is still up for debate. So come check it out.
All right. Rob.
Me. I'm still working out Peter Pan being a lich in my head.
There's theories. There's theories. So.
Tight. All right. Well, hello. I am Rob, or Bonus Stage Rob, if you're feeling like using my full title, which is Bonus Stage Rob Esquire. The third. I don't know. We'll workshop it. Anyway, you can find me a couple different places on the internet, being equally as dumb as I am now. Here being one of them, but also DMing Diefall Cypress, which is a D&D 5e campaign I do on twitch.tv/runawayrobot_. We actually are doing that tomorrow. Surprise to both myself and you guys, because Dragon Con and a couple fucky things going on, but usually that's Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, but tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Haha.
Catch up fast.
Surprise. And also I do things at twitch.tv/bonus_stage_Rob, like play The Witcher 3 every weekend. There was a dead baby ghost today. It was weird. I'm still quite not over it, and now I have to deal with this ghost. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. That's me.
That's you. LB.
I don't know how to follow Rob. I don't want to go after Rob anymore.
Start putting Rob at the end.
I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twits, the Tweetars. I play Sunday through Wednesday. and I am crazy busy. So apparently, I triple booked myself next Friday.
Hell yeah.
Luckily, it was like IRL friends, and I'm like, you all just want to hang out together? And they're like, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, check out my Twitter if you want to know. I retweet everything.
Great. Shawn.
Hi, I'm Shawn. I'm here all the time. You may know me from such productions as Saturday Kniggets or Motley Mondays or other things like that. I'm very loud. Okay, sorry, turning myself down now. Last time I was too quiet. But yeah, you can mostly find me here on game nights. It's my thing. I'm also right now, I'll go ahead and plug because I've been promoting this as much as I can. I am currently working on a project with Dark Galaxies Gaming. Their upcoming module, Tales of from Doldaria. You can find that on their Patreon. Go over to their Twitter, twitter.com/Dark Galaxies Gaming, and follow their link. Donate if you can. Every little bit helps, especially when we finally launch the Kickstarter to get all that going. And I'll update as that goes. But thanks for your support.
Wonderful. So many wonderful people and projects happening. Follow all these people on all the things because you're not going to want to miss out. But I think that's all of our announcements and things like that. So let's play a game.
Okay.
Okay,
I
Jigsaw.
hope we don't die.
Sorry, I'm trying to...
Thanks, I hate it.
Well, the song is called Nervous, so...
Oh, it's named after my autobiography.
Successful.
Brief recap. Where last we left off at the end of our premiere episode, last time the 5 of you had come together through various means, friendships, forum chats, awkward stalking, and other things. But you have come together, our wonderful group of monster hunters here at O'Connor State University in Cedar Grove, Georgia. You encountered in one of the dormitories on campus a student named Katie Hill, who is certain that her dorm is haunted by something. She saw a creepy message written on a mirror. Lots of screaming and refusing to go back into the building was involved, and so obviously you all went to investigate. You investigated the communal bathroom where the creepy things were written on the mirror. You broke into her dorm and stole her entire desk. And also a bunch of her books and things like that. Took them back to the fraternity house where Wynn resides and has his own room. Went through her stuff, did some magic, and summoned a ghost. And here we are. So at the very end of our session last time, the ghost, not super forthcoming, or a ghost, I should say, with air quotes. I mean, y'all are pretty sure it seems like that it's a ghost, but we'll see. At the very end of our session last time, Wynn and Abby were working together to keep the summoning circle that you used to bring the ghost here in the first place intact. Rex was standing off to one side, mega taser in hand, blocking the door, and ready on the taser if things went south. Sally had begun putting down a salt circle using some of the many ghost-related things that Abby had brought from her haven, and Travis was helping. I think.
That's creepy.
Was she gonna attack us? What was she doing?
Well, she was choking as soon as she started trying to talk.
Oh God, she died by strangulation.
Oh, that was probably so loud. I'm so sorry for the coughing. So you had tried to question her a little bit, asked her about her books, which she said which she noticed you had. She told you had many books. She was attempting to disrupt the summoning circle and whatever sort of hold it may or may not have had on her. Abby, you foiled that, and I believe where we left off, she had looked at you and said, "You're going to regret that." But you were able to set the crystals back up, and Sally finishing the... Are you making a circle around?
Yeah, the
Another
plan was.
circle?
Yeah, the plan was at least to like make a line, and then if people get back, then maybe actually make a circle around Crystal circle.
Okay. Yeah, you have enough room to do that. So Sally, I think, is going around sort of finishing this salt circle. I think this apparition of a young woman. Did I say what she looked like last time?
I feel like you did, but it'd be good for a refresher.
Yeah.
Well, she looks like she looks to be of a similar age to the rest of you. On the younger side, college student age, essentially. On the younger side, probably close to Abby's age, maybe 18, 19. Pale skin, obviously. Sort of long brown hair, sort of very simple looking, plainly dressed. Yeah, she looks like kind of your average college student.
So what happens now? Do we banish her?
Yeah, I vote banish her. She's creeped me out. Don't like it.
I can give that a try.
Are you sure?
Am I sure I can try? Yeah, I'm sure I can try.
Okay.
Just try really hard, because again, I don't think I can punch ghosts, so not helpful.
All right. Well, ghost friend, I think we're gonna try to send you on home now.
I think she kind of she cocks her head again and looks around at all of you and says, "Well, I'd love to see you try."
Yeah, don't love this. Are we sure the seasoning is gonna work?
Worked before.
All right. Nope.
Abby, do you think you can help me with this one?
I mean, yeah, of course.
There should be some more. There's a bag in the top drawer of the dresser with some components in it. If you could grab those.
You want to smoke your weed right now?
No, not that bag. The other one. That's just ignore the Ziploc bag in the back. It's a leather bag.
Okay. I'll go into his drawer and try and find this leather bag that he's speaking of.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably pretty easy to find based on what I'm imagining the rest of Wynn's belongings look like.
Yeah, I don't think he really hides. I mean, like, putting it in a drawer is as much of hiding something as Wynn is going to go through the trouble to do.
So she'll pull it out and start rifling through. Is there anything useful in here?
Probably some more, some different, like, crystal powders and stuff. I'm trying to see what other components I have. Yeah, probably some dusts and other things that are, like, partitioned off into small little vials, and maybe some ground up animal bones and stuff like that. That sounds right.
All right. I would like to help.
Okay. So Abby, you can roll to help out, which is plus your cool. And then Wynn, I'm assuming you're wanting to roll to use some sort of magic.
Yeah, I was going to use magic to specifically banish a spirit or curse from a person, place, or object it inhabits. So I think I'm getting the impression that the spirit is inhabiting the book that we pulled out, or the desk, or some sort of object. Or can I just banish it from this place? I don't know how specific I need to get.
Yeah, I think you can do either or, and it might have different effects because intention is very important.
Well, then I'll ask and say, do we think I can try to banish her from the book if we think that's what she's connected to, or I can just get her out of here?
I think maybe solving the problem altogether would be best.
All right.
Get that bitch out of the book.
All right. I'll give that a try then.
Right here.
Sorry.
So I'll take the book and I think put that. So if we're kind of standing on the outside of this circle barrier, just on the outside of it, I'll place the book there and then have Abby help me with placing some runes, or kind of putting like 6 different piles of like the dust and the bones spread equally around it, to work a banishment on the book itself.
Okay. I think Abby rolled. I just had roll 20 up and then I lost it.
11.
11. That's very good.
Nice.
So on a 10 plus, your help grants them +1 to their roll. So yeah, I think Abby, you know what you're doing, and you're very helpful. And when I think you know that Abby knows what she's doing. It's been a while since you guys hung out, probably, but
Yeah. Yes, it has.
so when you can roll.
Wynn doesn't understand the tension in the room and keeps going. So I take that, and after Abby places down the components, I take the anathema that I have, probably tucked under like one of the posters on my bed. I take that out and I strike it down into the book itself to complete it, and roll
Secret style.
a 15.
Whoa. Oh my god.
That ghost never existed.
What goes?
No, you guys, you have all forgotten that there was a ghost.
What are we even fucking doing here? As
Anybody else hungry?
Why are you in
You
my
can eat-
room?
You can eat blueberries for like the last 3 hours, Travis. So we are
I get
trying
peckish.
to banish the spirit from this book.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you do this with Abby's help. The rest of you sort of looking on, ready in case things go south, especially as they have before when Wynn has tried to do a spell. Is your luck stuff only if your magic has glitches, right?
Yeah, I only have bad luck.
Yeah, it's only bad luck. Okay. It's not like if you do a good spell, then
No,
Travis magically isn't hungry anymore.
the only thing I get is that if I use magic, I get
Fate
+1
worse than
forward.
death, if you ask me.
Okay.
No, I get nothing for that.
Great. So yeah, the two of you working together sort of finish out this spell. Wynn driving the ritual dagger down into the book, very Chamber of Secrets style, and there from the nothing sort of happens from the book itself. Maybe a little bit of the light that you see coming off of it shows up from the book. I think in the center of this summoning circle and behind this line of salt that Sally has put down, you all see this light sort of forming in the center of the apparition's form, and it glows a little bit brighter and a little bit brighter and a little bit brighter. And I think just for a second you can see just the faintest trail of light connecting her to this book, and she looks toward you, Wynn, and you, Abby, and I think looks over both of you for a moment and says, C+ at best. Bye. And the light sort of flashes, and it's very, very bright for just a split second, and then it goes away, and she's gone.
All right, we passed.
I don't know. I say B-, but whatever. I'm not gonna push the issue. Kid, you sure she's really gone?
The spell went off without a hitch. Actually, was performed very well.
Thank you.
All right. That was easy.
Yeah. Didn't she say something about having a lot of books?
Did she?
Yeah.
Huh. Is there any did we know if there was any indication of like that, like were there I know sometimes with like old textbooks, well I guess this is more of a high school thing, but like there were names, like there was like a list of names of like who owned the book or whatever. Did we like investigate the book at all? I'm having trouble remembering. Like, is there any indication of that?
No, I think if you took a look at them, I mean you did
Yeah.
find this book. I think this was the one that I think you guys found sort of tucked like it like
Yeah, it was like way back in the desk, right?
so yeah, it is. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it is an older textbook for sure.
Okay.
There aren't like any names or anything sort of
Okay.
written. There's notes and kind of things written in the margins and things like that. But
Yeah.
nothing really to indicate who it belonged to, except for the desk that you found it in and the ghost
Gotcha.
that said it was hers. So
Well, I mean, the ghost chick said that she had a bunch of books, yeah? So what year is this book from? Maybe any other books on campus that share a year were hers?
I think that it'd be beneficial to look through the classes in which this and find out who she was, and then find out all of her books from her schedule of the year she died. I mean, if when do you have a computer?
I'm already doing it, says the modulated voice from the corner.
Hey,
All
Rex
right.
is on it.
Hey, it works fast.
I'll leave it to him then.
okay, Rex, what do you want to look for?
Basically, I'll take the book, cross-reference it, what year it was from, assuming that it was her book new, because otherwise it would have used stickers in it and whatnot, and find out when that book began or was first used.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have you, I guess, investigate a mystery.
All right. So that's sharp.
Yes.
And I got nothing forward currently. Pow.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that is a 10. So on a 10 plus for investigate a mystery, you can hold 2. So those hold are spent 1 for 1 to ask things from the list of questions. Again, if there's other stuff specifically that you all are asking for, you can ask those instead. I'm flexible. But before we get to any specific questions, it's easy enough to sort of look over the book. The book seems to have been published in 1985.
Okay. And what class was it from or for? This is not one of my questions. I'm just looking at the book.
Did I say what it?
It
Was
was
it
a
in
world.
Oh no, it was a world literature? Was that it?
I think it was something like that.
Now, yes, it is. It's a large sort of world literature anthology.
Okay.
World Lit. Okay. From 85. And was there any used stickers? So like she could have bought it again and again and again, but from before 85 or after 85, I guess.
I'm gonna say no. There is not.
All right. I'm gonna see if there is computer schedules or any kind of record from 85 who was taking classes. And I'll try to cross-reference it by gender for starts, because that used to be a thing. I guess start narrowing it down, nipping and snipping at questions until I run out of options.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can successfully do this. It takes a couple of minutes to start to comb through. A preliminary search sort of shows this is one of the textbooks that was used once it was published in '85 for several years after that in the sort of the gen ed sort of lit 101 essentially class, the first world literature class that would have been available. This is a core class at this university. It still is. So everyone pretty much took this class unless they no, I'm gonna say everyone took this class. It's hard to test out a lit classes comp maybe. We'll say everyone had to take it. But so you can continue to narrow down. Ultimately, I think you can, because you rolled so well, end up with a list of all of the students from 1985, specifically the female students who were enrolled in the literature class that had this as a required textbook.
Okay.
It's not a short list, but it is much shorter than what it could be.
All right. So then, I'm gonna. Does that qualify as any of the said questions here? Like, what is being concealed here?
Yeah, I don't think it has to match the questions specifically, but I think we can say like you spent one of your hold to sort of put all this information together and kind of narrow it all down into this workable list of female students specifically taking that class who would have had to buy this book in that year.
And I guess I will. I'll just email that as a PDF to everybody.
That's a lot of names. Can you look into anyone that died that year?
I had another idea on that. This is this desk. It belongs to the dorm, right? Who was living in this room that year?
Well, they probably move things around a lot. It doesn't necessarily come from that room.
I guess you could just check and see if that matches any of the names on the list, or at least maybe there was somebody in that dorm that they don't move the things between buildings that much, I imagine.
So I would, if possible, could I spend my other hold to figure that out?
Yeah, I think that's a great use of hold. So yeah, you taking the list of names that you have, cross-reference that with the room numbers in Carter Hall from that year, and 2 names come up, both of which are also on your list. One of them is Molly Wells, and one of them is, where'd she go? Angela Stevens.
All right. Down to 2. Either of these folks dead?
Yeah, I will try that, I guess.
Yeah,
It might be simpler to search for deaths that happen on campus, right?
Well, yeah, I don't imagine a lot of people die here, right? It's not a thing, is it? Is it a thing?
I will attempt to find that. Anybody who died those years or when she would have been a student within a 4-year period.
okay.
Starting with 85.
Yeah, you can do that relatively easily. I don't think that really requires a roll. You're smart enough and have a lot of technology. There were, starting in 1985, there were, I think you are sort of looking through your phone, kind of finding all this information, and you find a news article specifically with a headline talking about how there has been a serious problem written from it's an op-ed from a concerned citizen, probably, how there is a serious problem happening on OSU's campus because in 1985, over the course of this fall semester, 4 students have died, all in the same dorm.
Whoa.
Was it all in Carter?
That's as that's coming across your phones in text, it actually says "whoa" in in brackets, and then it says 4 deaths this year, campus.
Or 5, I'm sorry.
Five deaths this year on campus. And grab up whatever, or I guess send the article out as best I can to everyone in an acceptable form.
Abby's taking a lot of notes.
Okay.
Do they name names in the article?
They do. Because, yeah, they all would have been adults at the time they died. So there are 5 names total in this article. One of them being Molly Wells. 4 others, Herman Tilly, Sarah Carter, Matthew Parker, and a Wanda McCain.
Looks like Molly's our bitch.
Yeah. Damn, you think that would have been, I don't know, well known, right? I mean, if I were this Katie chick, some ghost showed up in my room, I'd think, oh, maybe it's one of the 5 people that died in the damn college. Like, I don't know. That's not normal, right? Like, I didn't
Wait
go
a
to
minute.
college. I don't.
What was Katie's last name?
She had a last name.
She did. What was it?
It was Hill.
Oh, damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You guys know I gotta fuck with you a little bit, right?
Totally.
Katie Hill is the girl that you met earlier, and her roommate, but I don't think she introduced herself to you when
Name was Allison.
her name was Allison.
It was on the door.
But yeah, common sense aside, I mean, Molly, yeah, like, so can we track down her, I don't know, schedule?
But I mean, I think that most college students, from my experience, have no desire to do research or to, that common sense thing that a lot of us have. They just don't have that.
But yeah, research and stuff is boring.
Yeah.
With you there.
I mean, you do great work, kid. Don't get me wrong. It's just not for Blueberry.
Well, I guess unless there's more ghost stuff, we're done, right?
Well, I guess, but I mean, it seemed easy.
That's because you didn't do anything, Travis.
I will have you know, I stood lookout, and I couldn't do anything because you can't stab a ghost. Or can you stab a ghost? Could I have stabbed her?
If you had the right knife. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
Shit.
iron. I've heard that works. Or we could have just thrown the salt right in her fucking face.
Oh, that would have been cool. I bet it would have burned. Can we do that next time?
Go do more research. And she awkwardly turns and walks away.
All right. I think she's mad at me, so I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah, I've got a mixer tonight. I got to get ready for it. But does somebody want to take this desk?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Just shoulder it. I get out of here.
Rex will hold the door for Sally.
Hey, Rexy, can we talk a second?
Mm.
Taking the desk out of there.
Just sauntering on with a desk.
Yeah. Can you maybe find this Molly chick's maybe her folks? I just maybe after she died, like they took her stuff with them, and like maybe there are. She seemed way too fucking cocky. That's like just it's bugging me.
And bzzzt, your phone buzzes. Actually, is it just us?
Yeah, for the moment.
All right. If I think it's just us, then the voice modulator would come across and be like, I'll look up everything I can, as soon as I can.
All right, I'm at work, but just do the text thing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing. Yeah, it's whatever. All right, yeah, we'll talk.
They type, dumpster to the left, exit the building.
You always got my back, Rexy. All right.
Big hood nod.
Okay. This poor girl.
Wait, are we returning her books to her? Because, like, that's a lot of money. I feel like we would all know that's a lot of money.
We do have a lot of her textbooks.
Yeah.
Those are in the bag, so those aren't in the desk. We cleared out the desk, so
Okay.
it's just the desk.
I'll take the bag back to the dorm.
Okay.
And
Including the stabbed book.
no, not that.
Okay.
That's staying with me.
Alright.
But I'll probably just like, if there's nobody in her, like if their door's closed, she'll hang the bag on the handle, and I'm assuming like people are going like walking down the hallways and stuff now. She'll just knock on the door and walk away, so that she can get them back.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to accomplish. So you sort of tap on the door and walk away. And I think after a second, you hear the door open briefly.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do nothing, then you hear the door close again after a minute.
I will make sure that she saw the bag. I guess I picture it opening in because all of my dorms opened in.
Yeah.
But do I notice that they take the bag off the door?
Yeah, I think if I don't think you see Katie, but I think the door opens briefly, and if you were to kind of turn around and look, I think you do see her roommate Allison, sort of looking out in the hallway really briefly, like what's going on,
Yeah.
and then sort of just dragging the bag inside and shutting the door.
Cool. I will probably go and do more research on this person, on Molly Wells.
Okay.
Who is very familiar to me as a player, just having played Maggie Wells.
That's why that name sounded familiar to me. It was like in my brain. That's probably why.
So yeah, she's gonna do more research about the deaths and stuff. So she'll probably just be in like the library.
Okay.
Because her house is a little far away, and she probably has classes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Abby's gonna go to the library. What are the rest of you going to do this fine evening? Probably do some less creepy music.
I was gonna stick with her, but now yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stick with her and seemingly just kind of like milling about, fidgeting, but like also kind of looking for books that have any indication of them being Molly's at some point.
Okay. All right. So research squad.
Yeah, Rex will be in the basement of one of the buildings, and whilst got the laptop now, open and clicking away with one hand and mousing with one thumb, and throwing knives at a little thing with the other hand while doing it.
Okay.
And looking specifically, like Sally asked, for Molly Wells' parents and whatever information I can garner up until this point, even if they have like a Facebook or something, or anything that's available net wise.
Okay. All right. So library squad, laptop knife throwing squad.
Sally's at work, I'm assuming.
Sally's at what is it called? It had a good name.
Centurion.
Yes. At work. When you have a mixer.
Yeah. I think there's an event at the house, and I think Wynn goes to take a shower, getting ready for that. All along the way, kind of like humming, because now he's got it stuck in his head. It's like Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. And I actually think he gets back to the room and he looks at his clock, looks at his watch or his phone. He doesn't wear a watch. I'm actually going to try, we can do other people's stuff first. I'm going to try to astral project.
Okay.
To scope out the dorm, because this whole thing is really weird and he's kind of interested in it now. Just like 10 minutes, like, because he's got more important things to do. But
okay. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Great. Some very fun. This music is almost too chill. That's okay. It's nice. Okay, yeah, let's do our research first. And then we'll get to that in a second. So Abby and Travis and I think Rex as well. I am going to have the three of you who are looking for specific things to roll to investigate a mystery. And then we'll just say, depending on how you roll, that'll determine kind of how close you get to what you're looking for.
That's sharp, yeah.
Yes, that is plus sharp. Sorry.
I just sent you. Abby's also gonna text her friend Ajax, so I just sent that to you.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
You don't have to read it all this second. It's just kind of a overview of what her day was like.
But I want to. Okay. What did we roll, squads?
Don't worry about it. So I think so. Travis rolled a 5.
Okay.
So I mark experience.
Ew.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a dead end. I think Travis knew it was a half-baked plan as soon as he made it up, and was like, "Man, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna find this shit." And then
Did he actually try that hard, or you think he got a little bit into it and was like,
I think he
"Fuck it."
tried and then was like, "This is stupid. Like, how the fuck it's a library? There's tons of old shit in here." Although after failing, I think he goes up to Abby and kind of like bugs her a little bit and is like, "Hey kid, you think it's worth like talking to the cops about, they probably investigated the deaths, yeah?"
Yeah, in the 80s.
I don't know any of the older guys, but I got a few friends on the force. I could see.
Wait, you know cops?
Well, yeah, I mean, no self-respecting acquisitioner, shall we say, doesn't operate without having a couple friends on the inside.
Yeah, if you can find out something.
Yeah, I just wonder if there are like case files and shit.
I'm sure they are.
Oh, evidence too, right? Cops get evidence.
Mm-hmm.
the books are evidence, probably. You seem. Are you? You all right?
I'm just yeah, it's just weird working with other people like in a big group like that. So
Yeah, I know what you mean, kid.
Mhm.
It's really
got my
awkward.
social anxiety.
Yeah. I got you. Blueberries?
No, thank you.
Okay.
But what we can do if you want to contact your friends on the force, we can go get coffee and then we could go talk to them and see if they have any physical evidence or if it's all digital now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Make a call.
Okay. Did we find any case files, like of the actual Mialdias? Savvy?
Long jump to say murders.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh,
murder.
sorry.
Or were they?
Yes, I know. I guess I just assumed. Sorry.
Oh, there are ghosts involved. So are you? Let's see. LB, you rolled a 9.
I did.
So that would be hold 1 typically. So is that specifically? Is that what you're looking for? Are you looking for stuff like more centered around Molly Wells, or did you want to look for like all of the list of names that you found, or?
What I guess I was looking for is usually if 5 deaths in a year is pretty, don't go on the keyboard, is pretty unusual for obviously for a college. So somebody probably tried to put something together. And so like any articles that may be drawing links to them, what are the police thinking, like that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can manage that. I think you can find, especially if you are at the library on campus, I think you can find sort of archives of like the local newspaper and things like that. And so I think you're able to find a couple of articles. I mean, there are reports of these 5 students, including Molly Wells, who died during that fall semester. It was the fall semester of 1985. So I think maybe you find an article that was written by a student at the university, sort of making these some wild claims about a big conspiracy and things like that. But I think they do at least have the information on how each of these students died. I think the weirdest thing about it, and the thing that they think is strange, is that they all lived in the same dorm. They all died right within a few months of each other, and they all died in markedly different ways. So there were a lot of rumors, I guess they say, surrounding Molly Wells' death. It seems like the parents didn't want to release a lot of information about it, but it seems to have been some sort of medical event that came on very suddenly. After that, in order, Herman Tilly was attacked very violently. They never found the person who did it. Sarah Carter fell from her 3rd-story window. Matthew Parker suffered from a massive heart attack. And Wanda McCain choked to death.
Okay.
Eating dinner one night.
All right, excuse me, my cat is having a fucking meltdown. Okay. I'll be right back.
So we're gonna say that is the information that Abby gets. Rex, you rolled very good, and you were looking for information on Molly's family.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can find. It's pretty easy at first to find at least her obituary. She was an only child, survived by her 2 parents, Martha and Walter Wells. They do live in Cedar Grove. They are a local family, a part of the local community. Molly lived here her entire life, grew up here, went to college here, and a few weeks into the first semester of her freshman year, she passed away very suddenly.
And the one I missed was Herman Tilly. How'd they die?
Herman Tilly was attacked.
Okay.
Yeah, they are not sure. It was a very sort of violent attack. If a person did it, they never found them.
Okay. All right. So the parents are still alive?
Yeah, they're still alive.
Okay.
I don't even know how old they would be. Probably pretty old, but I'll say they're still alive.
All right.
I just killed a whole bunch of NPCs in the last 5 minutes.
Okay. Then basically, like I said, current address, phone numbers, any public information that I could get, and then push a little past that if possible, just to get yeah, I guess like a hacker would do, just more until there's nothing left.
Yeah, I think you find her parents, their address, all of their information. They're not on social media or anything like that, but it's easy enough to find stuff about them. They are they're well-known members of this small community. It's for Rex's purposes, they are just so heinously normal that it's a little disappointing.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
But they still live in town. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I will, I guess.
Oh, here's one more thing. Here's one more thing that you find, I think. There is a post, not by either of her parents, but it looks like maybe a cousin or something like that of Molly's. I think that you can link back to them on Facebook. That mentions that coming up next week, not next week, 2 weeks from now, is the anniversary of her death.
Okay. All right. And then I guess when Rex gets bored with that, then he's gonna hit the more conspiracy crazy sites like Ghost Hunters of Georgia, that kind of those kind of things, and see if there's the real information out there about said 5 deaths on campus.
Yeah, I think there is a good bit of information about that. I think you probably happened upon an article similar to the one that Abby found. There are several theories. 5 students over 1 semester in '85. They all died, all sort of strange circumstances, but very close together, all living in the same dorm. Some people think it's a ghost. Some people think there's a one whole kind of section of writings that's devoted to there being some sort of like ancient curse on the land that the dorm was built on. I think there's several theories out there. I think those are probably the most prominent. And I think one that you come upon that kind of sticks out is a writer pointing out that out of the 5 students that died, Molly Wells was the first out of the 5. And then the other 4 deaths followed her. And so there is some speculation of a vengeful spirit or her having turned into some sort of like poltergeist or something like that.
Okay, and then on like a notepad or whatever touch screen sort of thing where the Rex's conspiracy board is, I want to tap into my connect the dots and
What this is?
when and where will the next critical event occur?
Can you just know that?
That's what it says.
That's amazing.
So I connect the dots. I get all this information, and I'm like I said, I don't have a physical board because I don't have a place to have a physical board. So it's on my laptop, and it's just touch screen drawn, bad pictures and cut and pastes and whatnot. And then, like I said, looking at it, it then, I just kind of zone out and let my brain, do in graphically stuff scrolls across the screen and does the whole mind palace-y silliness, and then you hear Rex laugh at themselves because that's what they're imagining, but that's not really what's happening, and then it clears. And where and when will the next thing occur?
Okay. Yeah, I think you put all of this together, and you're left with a couple of options, sort of narrowing down the different theories that you've found, all the information that you guys have found over the course of your research. For all intents and purposes, the best guess would be if something else was going to happen, it would continue happening in the hall. Probably on that third floor that you were on. In putting all of this together, I think, Rex, you also realize the one sort of dot that you're missing to connect the rest of them. And that is, if this is indeed what is happening, and if Molly is the cause of this, and if she, is connected to all of these deaths that have happened, I don't think you know why.
Okay. So in the dorm, the third floor, soon is the best I can come up with.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. And I guess I will send something like that out. Like it'll say Martha and Walter, their phone number, their pertinent information, like a business card almost of their stuff. And then it just says boring after it in parentheses. And then it says 2 weeks is the anniversary of Molly's death. And then it says probable situation in Carter Hall, third floor, soon. And then it'll say something along the lines of might be good to find out how or time of death for each of them, if possible. And that's what Rex sends out.
Okay. I think you all received this message. And someone is very panicked
From
about
beyond the grave.
Whoops.
As Sally, behind you, a glass flies off the shelf of the bar. Let's see. Sally's at work.
Mm-hmm.
You receive this message. Let's see. Sally, is there anything specific that you would like to be?
Well, it sounds like one will want to maybe, I don't know, talk to the parents. Either that or just break into their house and try to find some of her old shit and burn it. I mean, that seems more her style, but she might want some help with that. And then she'll like kind of just be texting this to Rex, like, so break into the house, burn Molly's old shit, or go babysit the kids at the dorm. Thoughts?
for some reason they had to reroute it through Paraguay or something. So it took a second to respond, because normally it's like by the end of your typing, it's already coming back at you. It says something like, not my area of expertise. Probably got to use magic. Yeah, they something like that, and then tell me if you need me, kind of thing.
Yeah, Travis will chime in and be like, all right, let me see if I can dig up those times of death, if that helps. And if not, I'll break into a house.
Sweet.
Abby does the eye rolling emoji.
Smiley face emoji.
New phone.
Travis, I
Who
think
this?
Travis not understanding emojis, I think sends one that's like a hand.
Meaning to be like a high five.
Yeah.
Oh. Win, as you're getting ready for your mixer, you receive all these text messages.
I put the group chat on mute for a little while.
Okay, because you are wanting to try something magical.
Yes, I am.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I think when before we're getting dressed for the party, locks the door to his room, turns off the lights, lights a couple of these like black candles that he has in his components, and places them on each poster of the bed, and then lays down in the bed, and then sets an alarm on his phone, like the highest volume that he possibly can, for like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Places that right by the bed, and then I'm going to use my rote, which I created, called Spirit Walk, to attempt to astral project to the dorm.
Okay, looking at your sheet. Sorry. Okay. So do you roll plus weird for these?
Yeah, so it's weird, and then we wrote. I think I sent it to you. The what happens on a success or a failure, but I'll read it once it happens. Okay, I do have a +1 on this because I think this is my next roll since the last use magic I did. So yeah.
Yes.
So I did get another one, and then yikes. Well, that's the exact opposite of what I rolled.
Snake eyes.
I'm really considering whether to go ahead and use a luck, but something probably just as bad is gonna happen. No, I'm just gonna take it, because it'll probably still be interesting either way. So on a miss, so on a 10+, what's supposed to happen is your body goes catatonic, and for the length of the spell, you can travel great distances in your ethereal form, absorb events as they happen, and can't be seen by or interact with corporeal things. On a miss, though, you are unable to control your wanderings, and you are plagued with nightmarish visions of things beyond the veil. I'm glad I set that alarm.
Written by you.
I did write this.
Not I. You wrote this move. Just for the people at home.
Yeah.
The wizard chooses the rote.
Yeah, if people aren't familiar with the Hex, it's a new playbook, and part of it is these rotes with spells that you can create.
It's super cool.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Okay, so yeah,
work.
you mute the group chat. You set up the things you need to do this spirit walking. Has Wen done this a lot?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the balance of like, it is a rote, but also one you just rolled like the worst literally roll, and also it's only the second session of our game, so
I think this is something. This is something that a spell that Win has created. Probably using some other spells that he's seen. I think there's other versions of like astral projection and things out there, but he has modified this for his own purposes and researched it.
So I think you are like intimately familiar with, essentially, rote in the magic form, but also like you have done it that many times that you know it rote. Okay. So in that case, in that. In that case, I think you set up for this. That's not. Nah, we'll just do that one. That's fun. I think you set up for this. You've done this a million times. You know what you're doing. And because that is the case, I think it is very clear to you very quickly when something has gone wrong. So you are laying down, I assume, on the bed.
Yeah, and I'll put it out there because my head canon for this is the reason he sets the alarm is that he can't wake himself out of this. It has to be an external stimuli.
That's what I figured.
That wakes him.
Okay. So yeah, but you have set the alarm, and you are hoping beyond hope that it will wake you up. Oh, this music did get kind of creepy, huh? Spooky bells. Okay. So yeah, you laying there, I think start this this rote that you have done a lot of times before, and almost immediately, I think you're sort of used to at this point the sensation of your body going into this catatonic state. Probably usually when it happens, it is a sort of gradual shift as if you're falling asleep. This is a little bit more like sleep paralysis, where I think but you're awake when it happens. I don't know, that's really weird, but you sort of feel yourself starting to nod off, as it were, but I think your whole body just goes rigid, and immediately there's this thought of shit. As you feel your consciousness leave your body very quickly, almost sort of like catapulted out of you with great force. Where were you wanting to go? To the dorm?
Yeah, the dorm where the murders happened, and trying to see if there are any other spirits around that might be able to communicate with. But
okay. Yeah, I think you sort of feel yourself almost uncontrollably kind of flying through, and you make it to the dorm, which is sort of familiar to you because you've been in it at least once at this point. But it looks different than it did when you were there, because you were just there this morning. It looks different, as if it has been set back 40 years or so. And you feel this like odd sensation, as if you were kind of like stuck in between two states, definitely not in control of what is happening to you. But you see this sort of strange sight in front of you in the dorm of people moving at different speeds and kind of phasing in and out, almost as if you're seeing the dorm, but in a lot of different times, all at once. It's incredibly disorienting. And for you, a thing that doesn't normally happen, I think it's very loud. Like it's almost like unbearably noisy, as like all these kind of voices are ringing in your head, like you are seeing all different times and all these different people who have sort of come through this dorm, and you are not entirely sure if you are going to be able to get back to your body with the amount of interference that is happening right now.
Do any of the spirits around me seem like they are noticing me at all yet, or am I still too new here?
No, it doesn't seem like anyone sees you. And I think you also, I think, get the impression that not all of these are spirits. Like some of them might be, but it is hard to tell. It's almost as if you have kind of projected yourself through like several times at once, and you're kind of observing different things that have happened. Some of them might be spirits, some of them might be memories. You're not entirely sure. No one's looking at you though.
Shit. I'm gonna try to head the best I can, navigating to where the room was, where Molly's, or no, the other one, Katie, where her room was. And along the way, if I see any spirits around or anything that I think might be a spirit, I'm going to try to communicate with them and just be like, hello, hey, over here, hey, focus.
Okay, yeah, I think you try this on something that looks like it might be a manifested spirit sort of moving past you, but it doesn't phase it. It doesn't notice that you're there.
God damn it. I can try to push my way through all the interference to where I'm trying to go.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can do that. You make your way up to the third floor where the rooms are, sort of weaving in and out, trying to find anything that kind of looks familiar. But again, it's super disorienting. It's really loud, which is not normally a thing. Normally, I think you're probably able to focus in on like what you want to see. But there's a lot going on around you. I think you can make it to the dorm room where you know you're supposed to be. And I think you sort of phase into it and are kind of viewing it from sort of up high, almost like one like top corner of the room looking down. And it's almost like everything is happening in fast forward in front of you. You see very, very quickly sort of forms of people coming in and out, like watching it's like watching security footage at like top speed and just like cycling through it, so it's hard to tell what's going on, but you see people coming in and out. There are moments when things are still, when like you can see the memories and the echoes, like people who have like laid down to sleep and they stay there for a moment and then they get back up and they continue to sort of go about their daily business.
Do I get an idea that, I mean, because I've done this a lot, is this something that I think might be caused by something in the building itself? Or is this just me, like I messed up? This is something I've done before, it's just I didn't do it the right way, and this is what happens when I'm not focused or something.
I think you're pretty sure you messed it up.
Okay. Shit. Like deep astral breaths. Trying to calm down, but if I can't get anybody to communicate with me, then I'm just waiting to wake up.
Okay. Yeah, I think you wait for a few moments, and I think this sort of time distortions that you're dealing with kind of come and go. So there are moments, I think, where you can kind of see like echoes of people moving at their normal speed. I think there are these brief moments where you recognize a couple of faces because you've met Katie and Allison. I think you sort of recognize them for a moment, kind of going about sitting at a desk, studying, doing things that you would do in your dorm. I think there are also these flashes, because Rex has shared this information with you. You also recognize the face of the spirit that you saw once before. Acting normally, not as a spirit at all, sort of moving through this dorm room, maybe where Katie was a few minutes ago, sitting down at a desk, opening a book, studying. So a couple of familiar faces like that. And you wait to wake up. And you wait for a very long time. And are probably starting to get a little worried. And you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and after a while, what you think is probably much longer than it should have been, you start to hear somewhere, not really in your ears, sort of almost in the back of your mind, I think a familiar sound. But it's not your alarm. It is the ringtone on your phone. I think you hear the sound of someone calling you, and after a while are able to sort of focus on that, hang on to it, and let it pull you back to your body. And you now have control again over your limbs. You're awake. Your phone is ringing, and it's been 3 hours.
Ah, fuck. I just ignore the call, whoever it is.
Okay. It's a number you don't recognize.
Ah, shit. Yeah, fuck. All right. I get myself up and sort of splash water on my face and try to wake up the best I can and try to shake it off. And if the party's still going on downstairs, I just run down to join that because I'm late for it, and that's my number one priority.
All right, it is still going on downstairs. I think so. You ignore the call, and as you're sort of trying to wake yourself up and get yourself together, you get one more notification, and it is that someone has left you a voicemail.
God damn it. Who leaves voicemails anymore? I go to the voicemail and I read the transcription of it.
Okay, you read the transcription of it. A couple of the words are off, but you get the general gist. It is from a local number. It is from someone named Allison, who you met, saying that she got your number from Katie, who you gave your contact information to before, that she is Katie's roommate, and she just really needs you to call her back right now.
I kind of stop halfway down the stairs. Is the party still going on? Like, can I hear music and people talking downstairs?
Yeah.
Shit. And I turn back around and I head back up the hallway and I call her back.
Okay. I think it rings maybe twice and someone answers. It says, "Hello?"
Hey, Allison, it's Wynn. You just called me?
Oh my god, yeah. Well, have you talked to Katie?
Not since earlier. Why?
I can't find her.
I mean, did she just, she's had a hard day. Did she just go home or something, or?
Well, that's the thing. She said she was gonna go stay with her friend Mark. He's a townie, he lives here. And she packed a bag and she went over there, and he just called me a few minutes ago because she never showed up.
All right. Was she taking the bus? Was she driving? Maybe she just got sidetracked. I mean, have you tried? You called her? Or?
Yeah, I've called her, you dick.
All right. That's fine. Okay. I've got a friend who can probably help find her. I'll just stay where you just try to relax. I'm gonna call him, see if he can help, and I'll give you a call back in a few minutes. Okay.
Okay. One more thing. Weird question.
Yeah.
I mean, Katie told you she thought it was like a ghost or something, right?
Yeah, ghosts. Obviously she's had a hard day. Why?
No bullshit. Do you believe her?
I mean, are you asking if I believe in ghosts, or do I believe that she thinks that she saw a ghost?
Answer me, please.
Maybe. I'm open to strange things.
Okay, then you and your friend and whoever else you're with should meet me at our dorm, because something really strange is going on.
All right. Might be a couple of friends, but they're nice people. Not gonna steal any of your stuff or anything.
Okay. Just listen. Katie told me if anything happened to call you, and I don't fucking know why, but just.
All right. Give me 20 minutes. I'll be over. I'm just down the road at the. I can't remember the name of my fraternity. Hold on.
It's spelled hex.
At the Ada Kai house. So I'll be there. I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
I hang up and I go to the group chat. I'm sure I've got a million missed texts.
If you burned it all, yeah, they'd be sad, but the ghost is gone, right?
Yeah, you guys are having this conversation. You haven't heard from Win in 3 hours.
You can't burn books in big, full type.
I will say
my main question is anyone concerned that Win hasn't answered them? The answer can be no.
Nah.
If Win texts anything like how I text, you probably don't get expect a response within 24 hours of sending it to me. So, I think so. Win gets in there and he texts them and says, "So, might have a problem." Shit, what was her name? Allison called me. Katie's missing. Meet me over at the dorm.
Shit.
Abby just looks at Travis.
When's the last time anybody saw her? With who? Where'd she go?
I can explain when you get here.
God damn it.
Shit.
All right, kid.
You have to.
I don't know if that was a text or a...
No, I'm just talking to Travis. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. You cut out.
I said, do I have to?
I mean, don't you want to get to the bottom of this?
It's just a lot of people.
Come on, kid. I'll be there. It'll be fine. Right? When have I ever steered you wrong?
She
Don't
kind of
answer that.
stops folding her books up and looks at him, and then she's like, "You
don't
want
answer
a
that.
list by date?"
Don't answer that.
Okay.
It's an expression. People, it's like when in Rome, right? Like,
No.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah, we'll head over.
Sally yells over to the bartender, "Donnie, Steve's gonna watch the door. I'll be back." And she never, in fact, told Steve he was gonna watch the door. She just grabs his arms like, "Steve," just like a regular, big dude, just like, "Steve, watch the door."
Got it, boss.
All right.
Rex closes the laptop, throws it in a messenger bag, slides it around in back, and then starts with the phone and says starts looking up Katie Hill's phone, iPhone app, track phone, trying to find where her phone went.
Yeah, I mean, I think she definitely probably has Find My Friends or something. Yeah, I think that's easy enough for you to find. I think you can track her recent movements. She was in the dorm very briefly, left the dorm, sort of left campus, got about half a mile away, and then the signal is gone.
Okay, I guess Rex is headed there, and he'll send a map, a Google map point to, and it'll just say last known phone.
I'll also text and said, I tried the best way to word this. Allison says something weird was going on at the dorm too.
Thumbs up emoji.
At some point, so I have two things to say. One is stupid, and Travis, when he gets the Google Map thing, looks at Abby and says, "You think he ever watches people on the toilet?"
I'm not certain about what he does, but it does concern me.
Yeah. And then the second thing is after, like, so it took 3 hours for Win to do his hexy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can we say at some point I did make that call to get the times of death?
Yes,
Possibly?
absolutely.
Okay, cool. I would have done that during that time.
Yes, of course you would have.
Tight.
All right.
I want to be useful sometimes.
And we got
All right.
coffee.
Yeah.
Did, and it was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I've got these stuff that you sent me. Yeah, I think that's information that would be relatively easy for you.
Yeah, the stuff I sent is more like for the heat thing. They're like I've wronged people. I just kind of tied it into like I know people on the force that know the people I've wronged. So
yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, if at any point you need that information, just let me know.
Yeah.
But that's what I got.
Pin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that you can call over the information is relatively easy for you to get, given who you are.
Hell yeah.
I think it's not anything so creepy that, like, I mean, the times of death aren't all like 6:33 p.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They all did seem to happen in the evening. Not in the middle of the night, not in the morning necessarily, but somewhere from around, like, I will say between like 7 and 10 p.m.
Cool. Nice. I have things to bring to the group.
Okay.
I'm useful.
Oh,
Sure, are, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah, I just lift heavy shit and punch things, so I'm here.
It's pretty useful.
Not yet.
What, do you want to steal a whole desk?
Yeah, right.
I like that was our solution.
I love that was our solution.
We're smart.
All right. So most of you are going to the dorm. All of you are going to the dorm.
Yeah.
Rex was going to look for the phone.
Yep.
Got it. So Rex heads out to the last known location of Katie's phone. The rest of you meet up with Win at the dorm. And I think Allison is there. To a couple of you, she looks familiar. Obviously, to Win, you have met her. It wasn't super pleasant when you did, but she's a familiar face, at least. So I think she is sort of waiting to let all of you in the front door of the dorm. She's like, "Oh yeah, okay. A few people. You weren't kidding."
Yeah, they're into this sort of thing. They know this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I left work for this. What's going on?
You wanted people that believed in ghosts and stuff. These are the people you want to talk to.
Okay. Look, I swear to God, I'm not lying. Okay, this just happened,
All right,
and I'm not on drugs. I swear.
I believe you.
Okay, I think she is sort of leading up to the third floor, and kind of like takes a deep breath, steels herself, and opens the door to the room that she shares with Katie, and the room is just destroyed. There is stuff everywhere. The furniture is flipped over. I think drawers pulled out of dressers, stuff dumped all over the floor. And I think she is like, I came back and it was like this. I mean, I thought maybe we had been robbed or something like that. There is literally, Katie's whole desk is gone. But she was supposed to make it to our friend Mark's house like a few hours ago, and it's like a mile down the road on her bike, but like I don't know. I thought maybe somebody had broken in or like somebody was fucking with us or whatever. And then I saw this, and I think she goes over to one of the closets where the door is just sort of like hanging open and is like moving clothes aside and things like that. And on the back wall, almost like carved into the paint and the drywall, are the words, "I'm just trying to help." She's like, okay. So it looks kind of like a like creepy serial killer thing, which I totally would have believed, but I saw that happen.
You saw it get into the wall?
Yeah. Am I dreaming?
Nah.
No. What was it like? Something scratching it in the wall, or did it just sort of burn in there?
No,
or...
it was like a gun win. I don't know. Yeah, it was like scratching.
like all at once, or just like a little bit at a time.
Oh yeah, it was like somebody was writing it.
All right.
I was gonna go up to this and kind of like touch it with her hand and make sure that, like, kind of try to determine if it was similar to what happened in the bathroom as far as like finger size and writing and stuff. Does the handwriting seem the same?
I think it's close enough.
Okay.
Did anything else happen? Get cold? Any weird lights flash? Anything?
What time?
I guess, I don't know. How long did it take you to get here? 20 minutes. I called you as soon as it happened. Maybe an hour ago at most.
All right.
Anything else? Is it still cold? And is it cold in the room at all?
No, not particularly.
Do you have any books in here that, like textbooks?
Yeah.
Old ones.
From the 80s. Can I see all your textbooks, please?
Yeah, I think they're. Or I think she sort of goes to her desk and starts like emptying out her bag and like pulling stuff out of drawers. She's like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't exactly look at the copyright date.
Abby is going to sit down and we'll look at the copyright dates.
Okay, yeah. I from Allison's books, I mean they're sort of all over the place. There's a couple of anthologies that like theoretically are pretty old, but they're most of them are brand new or new used, like probably not old enough to have been in use for the last 40 years or so.
None of her books are like that? Mm-mm. When you moved into this room, was there anything in here already?
I don't think so. I mean, I moved in the day after Katie, so like all of her shit was here, but I mean, there wasn't like a weird like upside down cross on the wall or something. Have you never seen The Exorcist?
No, I don't watch movies.
They got a lot wrong.
I prefer The Haunting of Emily Rose, but I mean,
That one's slightly more accurate.
Okay, I think she just looks at Travis like waiting on you to say something weird.
I'm out of snacks. Sorry.
I want to step back, like
Fucking Ghostbusters, I guess.
I want to step back to Travis and try to like side up next to him to have a short conversation when Allison isn't paying attention.
Okay.
Maybe when she's distracted with the books.
Sure.
Can you help me get something real quick?
Yes.
I don't think Allison would go for this, but I need something personal of Katie's, something valuable, something like a family heirloom, something that looks like you have a better eye probably for scoping this sort of thing out.
All right. I get you.
So.
Yeah, let me take a look around. And yeah, I think Travis is just gonna kind of like case the place and see what he can see, like anything on Katie, like near Katie's stuff, anything. I mean, there's a good amount of stuff scattered around the room. Anything that looks maybe, actually, scratch that. I'm gonna really ham this up. So I'm gonna go up to Allison and say, listen, I know we seem like pretty motley crew, but you don't get far in the ghost hunting business being normal, you see. So I'm gonna need you to trust us. Now, I happen to be very good with you ever watch those like daytime TV psychic bullshit channels? You know, like, oh, I can feel you dead aunt, all that shit.
I mean, I really like the cat whisperer. Does that count?
I don't know much about that, but it sounds like it's pretty similar. Usually, our essence, think about the most valuable thing you own, how much time you spend with it. Usually, our essence is kind of tied to those things. And so, is there anything around here that you know that Katie values that maybe her essence would be tied to, and I can kind of, you know, work my magic and determine that. Magic is kind of an operative, like it's kind of an exaggeration. It's more like auras and being in tune with yourself and the other person, you know?
No.
It's kind of like cat whispering.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it, but okay. I'm gonna have you roll to manipulate someone.
I'm on it.
That's charm.
Heck yeah. All right. Oop, not that one. There we go. Where'd roll 20 go? It's a 9.
Okay. Let's see. On a 7 to 9, they'll do it. But only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. So I think she is looking at you a little conflicted, and I think it's obvious, and I think she's kind of like,
I would like to recite the death date of Molly and really ham it up, be like, oh, I'm getting I could feel it, the ghost on this campus in the the 85. There were a series of deaths here, and I'd like to really just go into it. Harmon, I'm getting a Herman Tilly, and Sarah Carter, and a Molly Wells. I think this is your ghost. I think that she is the one that haunts these grounds.
okay, yeah, I think she buys it.
Abby, big eye roll sitting on the ground.
And I think at some point he kind of looks back at Abby when he's like really hamming it up, and he's like,
Sally's just drinking from a flask at this point.
Yeah, I think she buys it. I think she thinks you're legit, and she okay. I mean, she's got a couple of things. You have to bring them back, though. Like,
of course, I have no interest in the possessions of others. And then he looks back at Abby again and just,
If he doesn't bring him back, I'll smash his face in.
all right, well, that was
really
kind of
believe that.
unnecessary, but to each their own.
okay. I think she goes over to where the dresser has been sort of knocked over and there's stuff scattered around. And she is like digging through something, kind of picks up what looks like a jewelry box or a little chest off the ground, where it looks like she like very briefly was like almost like in a panic, like trying to pick stuff up, and then was like, "Oh God, I have to do something." But I think she pulls out this necklace. It's like a locket, and sort of brings it over to you, and is like, I don't know. I mean, she doesn't wear it that much, but it was her grandma's, and she loves it, and I guess it's like super important to. Is that anything? Is this anything?
I'm like on the other side of the room, like behind her, looking at Travis, just like.
Yes, it is very important. Yes, I can. Grandmas are a great source of otherworldly aura. It's usually the love and the cookies, baked cookies. It really sells it.
Are you saying there are ghosts in cookies?
No, I'm saying that powerful positive auras are tied to the love that cookies bring. It's why the Girl Scouts are revered across America.
Yeah, I think it's about time we go.
Yeah, Abby just punches Travis in the leg.
All right, okay, you can't rush the ritual.
This is happening as he says this. Allison is nodding like that makes total sense to her.
And he looks at Allison kind of like for sympathy, and he's like, "These amateurs, they're very impatient. I've taken them under my wing. You know, I'm really just trying to. Anyway, I trust in the power of the cookies, and I promise you, we will help Katie."
Do I know a warding sigil that I could put in this room so that the ghost doesn't come back in here?
Yeah, you can try.
Cool. I'd like to do that, please.
Okay. That would be a use magic.
Yes.
What is the roll for that? Weird.
Oh, good. I'm not Maggie anymore. That is a 6.
Okay.
I have a crayon in my bag, and I start drawing on the wall in crayon.
So, on a miss, you lose control of the magic except for its spell. Yeah, you take out whatever implements that you have in your bag. You go over to the wall next to the door, and you, as far as you know, perfectly replicate a warding sigil that will keep ghosts out of this room.
She just does it, steps back, looks at Allison and goes, and then she walks out of the room because she's awkward.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, any more weird stuff? Just call Hex over here.
Oh, wait. She pops her head back in. Why did she tell you to call Win?
I don't know. I mean, they talked this morning, and he was sort of the only one who took the whole ghost thing seriously.
We sort of had a connection earlier. Anyway, we're gonna find her. It's gonna be all.
I mean, no offense. I kind of thought you were full of shit, but
What did I tell you?
I mean, a lot of shit, mostly.
All true, so not shit.
That you wanted Katie's story for some like Halloween bullshit.
The Halloween formal is happening. Okay.
Okay, well, I hope you're happy with how scary it's gotten.
All right. Well, we're gonna get her back, and everything's gonna be good. She's gonna be home in time to do that. Anyway, we'll be back.
Okay. And you all awkwardly leave. And
We're professionals.
you're doing such a great job. Locket in hand, you leave. And as this is happening, Rex, you have sort of made your way over to the last known location of Katie's phone. And you are just sort of on the side of kind of one of these town roads. There's nothing super remarkable. You've moved past a couple of shops, most of them closed up for the evening. There's like a frozen yogurt place that lots of people frequent. Nothing super exciting. And lots of people out sort of walking back and forth, going to a couple of the bars downtown, that kind of thing. I think immediately you don't see anything, but as you are sort of making your way past a couple of these places, there is a moment where out of the corner of your eye, because I think you're very observant probably in these situations where you leave your basement, there are a couple of times where you notice kind of in these storefronts or in the glass windows on these storefronts, on these businesses, you feel like you've seen someone following you. But you've turned around a couple of times and no one's there.
Again, being the paranoid they are, I'll start the alleyway protocol type thing where I'll just turn suddenly or cross in the middle of a street, and then see if someone does cross with or crosses soon after, or even if it gets too much, I'll head into somewhere like a restaurant or something.
Okay. I think you do this sort of trying to outmaneuver a person who might be following you, and for the moment it seems to have worked. You turn around, no one is there, no one is sort of very blatantly following you, and I think you, confident for the moment, continue on, but then after another moment or so, I think again you sort of see this familiar at this point to you figure pass in front of these glass windows, like there is a reflection of someone again who is trying to follow you.
All right. Blowing their cover is more important, or is more of a priority than the case, unfortunately. So they're gonna try to disappear first and then circle back around to finding the phone.
Okay.
But if they continue to not see anyone, then they will head towards the mission, even if they swear they're being followed, because they know that sometimes things aren't exactly the way they should be.
Sure. Yeah, I think you go through this a couple of times where you lose them and you've lost them for a moment, and they pop back up, and then the second time around it takes a couple of minutes. You feel as though you've lost them, feeling a little bit more confident. They don't show back up right away. You're sort of making your way, and as you make it to this pin that you've dropped, essentially this point where this phone was last seen, you have made it to kind of the end of one of these roads where it's starting to change from downtown into a little bit more of a residential area, more trees, right, more cedars, that kind of thing, and it's getting quieter. You're kind of moving away from the bars and the restaurants of downtown where most people would be on an evening in a college town, and I think you look around for a moment or so, and off to one side, a little bit off the road, off the sidewalk, you see something lying in the leaves and the dirt.
Okay, head towards it. Again, trying not to, once I've spotted it, I keep it in my peripheral and watching everywhere else. And of course, gloves on. And when I get close, I kick it and then pick it up.
Okay, it's a cell phone.
I pick it up and start checking it. Is it hers? As far as I know, model match what I was looking up earlier.
Yeah, I think you can make that assumption. The model of iPhone that it would probably be if you are 18 years old and in college right now, and it's got this great pink sparkly case on it. I don't know, it's probably hers.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know what teens like nowadays.
And then I'll sort of try to investigate the area, but physical evidence isn't exactly my my forte, so I'll look around.
Yeah, you do. You don't immediately see. I mean, you don't see anything just like glaring, like no bike, no signs of a struggle. It looks like somebody walking through might have just dropped their phone.
All right, and then I will take my phone and tuck it under my arm like this, and then do a slow turnaround so I have film of the whole scene area, and then slip that into a pocket, my phone into the pocket, and then her phone into the pocket, and I guess head back towards the dorm, since that seems to be where everybody's headed.
Okay. All right, so you take the phone, you take this video, and you start to make your way back toward the dorm to meet up with the rest of your team. And I think as you do this, there is just it's very warm. I mean, it's hot. It's Georgia in early September. But you make your way back toward town, toward campus, and as you do this, there a little bit of a breeze sort of picks up behind you, just enough to send a little bit of a chill running down the back of your neck, which is odd because it's so hot outside. And I'm pushing my time already, so we're gonna take a quick break with that creepy shot. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, so far, playing this creepy game about ghosts. We're gonna take a very quick break to refresh our drinks and our snacks and ourselves, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes to see what the heck is going on. Thanks, everybody. Welcome back, Internet. And thank you for joining us on this spooky Sunday night for more Slaying 101. That is what we're here for today. Thank you for hanging out during our super refreshing break, and we're gonna get back to it. So, you all meet up again at the dorm.
We're leaving, right? I was just gonna kind of lean over to Win. Are you gonna scry on her?
Yeah, that was the idea. That seems to be the best way to find her if Rex doesn't find anything.
Okay. Where do you want to do that?
Probably not here on the quad. That sounds like a bad idea. And there's a party going on at the house, and that's gonna be hard. I had a hard enough time leaving without getting roped into something. So, any suggestions?
She kind of glances over at Sally, and she's like, I mean, we could go to my place, I guess.
Sounds good. Haven't been there in a while.
Yeah. She's gonna turn to Sally. We're gonna go to my house.
Okay. Is there a butt in there somewhere?
We are going to my house.
Oh. Okay. I guess I'll go look for Rexy then.
And you do get a text that's a picture of this sparkly pink phone, and it just says, "Phone, no girl. Sorry."
That's yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I'll
if,
just
if
go
something
do
kidnapped her,
cool. Nah,
yeah,
no,
I mean,
it's not.
you someone for you to punch.
Yeah,
and, you know,
no, it's totally yeah. Rexy and I will go just do really cool, fun stuff by ourselves. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Bye. And she'll just leave.
Feel like she was bitter.
why are we ditching Sally?
Because I don't want a bunch of people to know where my haven is.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of like the Bat Cave.
yeah. I
There
just
are no bats in the cave.
All right, you kid, you gotta get out. Dark Knight, it's a masterpiece. Anyway, you've been there, Win?
yeah, I have. I just didn't know Sally hadn't been there.
No. Just you two. And Ajax.
The boyfriend.
He is not my boyfriend. Let's go.
All right.
Abby gets on her Vespa.
Am I riding
Are
with
we,
some?
are we all fitting on this?
I would love to know the answer to that question. That doesn't seem like it's up to me.
How are we getting there?
Around.
Wait,
Uber.
this is a perfect time for me to use magic to do something totally unnecessary.
Oh,
Oh,
here we go.
okay.
Okay.
Can I use magic to do something beyond human limitations and try to like flash sprint my way behind the Vespa?
Oh
You
my
can
god.
certainly roll some dice to find out.
Yes, I haven't had a chance to really lean into my
He's-
temptation, my addiction
Yeah.
The
yet.
fastest
this-
boy alive.
Is there anything else we have to do for that, or it's just depending on how you
I
roll?
mark experience if I attempt to do something
Okay.
because of my addiction. So I guess we'll see how this goes, and then
Yeah, let's see what happens.
all right.
You might just explode.
Please don't do that one.
Boom, 14.
Hit. Okay. Does anything happen if you succeed, or you just mark experience?
I
because
just
you
I
did
mark
it?
experience because I did it.
Okay.
And
Yeah. So mark your XP. You do this thing. You run so fast.
I mean, the Vespa only gets up to like 35
Yeah,
miles
he
per
runs-
hour. So.
It's funny because he runs like a little too fast and then has to like because I'm not sure you 100% remember where Abby's Haven is.
I'm also doing this in like my Sperry's and like my party clothes that I was doing. So I've got like a polo and
Yes.
my chubbies on. Sky's out, thighs out, and then I guess Sky's not out right now. But anyway, yeah.
I mean, technically the
Sky's always out.
Sky's always
Out. Guys out, thighs out.
Yeah, you do this. How do you keep rolling these like absurdly high and low numbers?
it's like one or the other. I don't know. And
Yeah, it's one or the other with you. So yeah, I think on the are Travis and Abby on the Vespa or oh, that's cute.
Let's have a get around.
I like it.
We both have helmets. Don't worry.
It's
Yes.
adorable.
Very
so yeah,
safe.
Travis
She's got goggles.
and Abby getting ready to go. I think you both see Win kind of looking around and then under his breath kind of muttering a little bit. It's like an incantation
yeah.
or something like that. Okay. Just like very briefly. And then there is a little bit of like a jolt of energy from him. And as you all take off on the Vespa, you see Win in his frat uniform, just like very casually sprinting as fast as the Vespa alongside you. And Win, for you, I think it is like you have had a rough day for magic.
Mhm.
As far as everything that has happened today, and so I think there is like a little bit of this like rush or this almost like high that you get. You're like, fuck yeah, like still got it, baby.
And I'm texting while I go too, just like, yeah, my partner's
Texting
like,
is,
sorry,
like,
not
very
gonna be able to make it back. Oh shit, almost missed my turn.
Show off.
Don't texting while running, guys. PSA.
Don't
Don't
text
text
and
and
run.
use magic.
Don't text and magically sprint around.
Don't text and hex, baby.
We workshopped it. It came out in the end.
If you want to tweet about the show this week, please use the hashtag don't text next. Yeah, and the three of you make your way to Abby's haven, where you're gonna do some spooky magic. But before we get to that, about this time, right, Rex, you have shown up and are with Sally. The two of you are gonna go do some really fun stuff.
Yeah.
Just the two of you, apparently, and I'd love to know what it is.
Really fun stuff. Rex, what are you doing?
I guess after I sent the, found phone, no girl with a picture, I mean, did you text me back or anything?
Yeah, probably privately.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I'll meet you up in a second.
All right. I'll say where you're gonna be. I'll pick you up on my bike.
Leaving the campus, so
Okay.
sorry,
All right.
Twix.
Yep. So yeah, I'll just motorcycle my way there.
Yeah, you can pull up, I think, well, we've done this once before with a U-Haul, so I think you can, Sally, you can make your way toward that sort of pull-in that is near the dorms where you guys stole a whole-ass desk. Never gonna forget that happened. And Rex, I think, pulls up on the bike, and I think you see Sally from a distance sort of walking toward you. But as you are doing this, Sally, you make it about halfway there, and from the dorm building that you just left, I think you hear this like ear-piercing scream.
I run.
Okay.
I'll grab my phone and be like, dorm now, Mayday now.
Yeah, and Rex, I think you hear it as well, and you see Sally sort of freeze, and on her phone again, texting and running. Kids, don't do it.
This will go out to the group chat too. This won't just go to Rex. That dorm now, Mayday now.
Yeah, and she takes off back toward the dorm building.
Okay. Rev it up and follow suit.
You driving the motorcycle across campus? Oh, this is so dramatic and good.
I would. So yeah.
I love it. Okay, yeah.
Abby
so down.
does not text and drive, so she does not get the message until we get back to the haven.
Yep, we'll get to the ramifications of that in a second. But yeah, I think Rex driving the motorcycle, taking off. Sally, you guys make it back to the dorm, and you can just hear just a couple of times these like just loud screams from just third floor and open window,
Like little leaping stairs, like.
Yeah,
like,
and I was gonna say like you have to have a key card to get in the door, but Sally probably doesn't.
I will rip that fucking door off its hinges.
Yeah.
If I need to.
I think you do need to. I don't know if there's a role for that.
Let's see.
There is kick some ass, so
Okay.
you could probably do that. 'Cause
Sure.
if you're just gonna legit just like smash the door. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have Sally roll plus tough.
Alright. Well, with my unholy strength, I actually roll weird instead of tough to kick some ass. So
Yep. That seems right.
all right. That's a 14.
Y'all are just
Holy shit.
wild today. So Rex, yeah, I think you see this. You see Sally just like run up and just like one hand grab onto the handle of the door that's like the front door of the dorm that you definitely know you need like your student ID and you have to live there to get in, and just like she's opening a door, just pulls the door and it casually just removes it from the whole building, and kind of tosses it aside and runs in. Do you follow?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so the two of you sort of bounding up the stairs. You make it to the third floor, I think, and about that time, the floor goes quiet.
head into Katie and Allison's room.
Okay. Yeah, you make it down the hallway toward their room. The door is closed, not locked. You can open the door. The room mostly destroyed the way that you left it. I think you see Allison on one side of the room, laying sort of almost propped up in one corner, sort of laying there. For your purposes, probably unconscious. There is a little bit of blood sort of spattered around the room and on the wall, written in these very creepy, sort of dark red letters, are the words, "I'm just trying to help."
Go check on Allison. Is she
Okay.
still breathing?
She's breathing. She's alive, but not conscious and not in good shape. And Sally, you both see this, but I think probably Sally, you recognize it because you saw it being drawn on the wall. I think you see the sigil that Abby put on the wall to ward the room, just with this big kind of crack through one side of it.
Okay. I'm getting her the hell out of this room. But I'm gonna take some pics for Rex real quick. So
Rex
I'll
is
just
right behind you.
Oh, there you
so
are. Oh shit.
I'll
There you are.
grab- I'll grab
He's just there always.
Okay. Jesus.
and I'll be swiping with the camera, get what I can image wise,
Okay.
and then I guess in the diffuser or the voice box thing, I'll say, "Fire alarm?" Question.
Yeah, get them all out of here.
Okay, for the second time in the day, I pull the piece of wire out, jimmy the fire alarm.
There's gonna be like a news article on the campus news site. Rogue prankster pulls every fire alarm on campus.
Okay. Yeah, so Rex, you pull out the hook, pull the fire alarm. The alarms start to go off around you, and after a second, sort of hear the doors start to open. And I think mostly on this hall, it's kind of like, not again. Like,
Mm-hmm.
as people start to, in the midst of the bells and whistles, the alarms start to make their way out into the hall and down the stairs. And Sally, you have Allison. Yeah, I mean, you can carry a whole desk. You can probably carry a freshman.
She does yoga. She's super light, so
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so I think you just walk out into the hallway with the bleeding freshman, or
peek, see if there's folks coming, and then hey Rexy, find me an exit.
And we'll try to take the back stair, or the front end of the building is this way. We'll go to the stairs on the other end.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I think, yeah, between the two of you, you can do this. I'm sort of carrying her out and down a back stairwell, out of the building and onto the dark side of the quad. But yeah, you sort of make it with her, make it out of the building. Where are you going?
I mean, we could go to my place.
Until the magic squad can get here. That's probably best.
Rex would know that if he spied on her place, he would know that Abby has an infirmary.
Yeah, but I also know that you don't know that I know that.
Yes.
So
Just putting it out there.
So I will, once I call the magic squad, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I guess I'll follow up and see, having seen Sally's text, I will say, Allison hurt, video from the room, and I'll connect a link, and had to pull the alarm again. Advise ?
Okay. And Rex, you send this message, and you all get it. But we're going to go back in time just a little bit before that happens. So the three of you, Abby, Lynn, and Travis, make your way to Abby's haven to do some magic. Tell us about it.
Which part? Tell us about what? The magic?
Yeah.
Or the haven.
Or the haven, yeah. If you want to do a little, you have any description you want to do? Tell us where you are.
I think I talked about it last week, but the last time, but it's basically just the Batcave. There's a lot of platforms, and there's an elevator that goes up, and big computer screens, and she has a sort of like chemistry set up, a magical chemistry set. It's a chemistry set that deals with magic. There is a large library, and then there's an infirmary. So there's like she is a biochem student, so she does know how to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and where are you located? Sort of, is it outside of
in
town?
a cave? Yes.
In a cave.
Undisclosed location. Yeah, it is outside of town. There's a cliff. I don't know. I just picture there being a cliff, and she goes in underneath it.
Yep.
So when we get there, Abby will set up the probably there's a slab for doing like if someone gets hurt, sort of a hospital type bed situation for him. And I'm sure she's probably assisted in this before, or at least knows about it. So she's kind of setting up what needs to be set up.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I would ask Travis, do you have the necklace or pendant?
Oh yeah.
Take that. And yeah, I guess assist Abby in getting probably not like touching any of her stuff because I'm sure it's meticulously organized, but getting the ritual set up and then placing the pendant on it.
Okay.
And my intention is to use magic to observe her either place or time, so the place that she is, hopefully. But I have a specific thing for the item. I have a move called Sympathetic Token that if I have, as long as you carry a personal object belonging to someone, such as a lock of hair, full set of toenails, or a treasured family heirloom. Don't know why the toenails are in there. It's a weird, specific thing.
Okay,
Yep.
a full set of toenails.
Full set of toenails.
Yeah.
Not
If
nine.
you
You got 9 toenails?
So help me fucking God, if you have 11 toenails, you're beat. Gotta be 10.
It's a voodoo thing, by the way.
But I get +1 ongoing to use magic against them.
Okay.
So that's sort of my thought process is, since I'm scrying on her, since I'm using magic against her, trying to observe her, that it might give me some sort of benefit.
Okay. Yeah, I will say, since they are there and actually helping, either Travis or Abby can roll to help out if they would like to take that risk.
What are we rolling? Sharp?
It's plus cool for help out.
All the talk of cookies, Travis has actually had the butler, Abby's butler,
Watson.
whose name escapes me, Watson. He's going back and forth with Watson about how to procure cookies out of season, because apparently, I just looked it up, it's too late to order Girl Scout cookies at this point, so I'm trying to have him pull some strings because I really want Girl Scout cookies. I'm not helping. Is what I'm getting at. Yeah, sorry.
I was waiting for the come around on that one. Like, how
Not
is this?
No, I'm going back and forth about Girl Scout cookies.
I do know this. I was a Girl Scout in real life.
I had to Google it. I was like, are they in season?
So I rolled
season.
to
I rolled an 8.
Abby. You did. Okay, so 7 to 9. grants Wynn a +1 to his roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger.
Great.
Nice.
Well, I guess I'll, if we finish the ritual, I'll go ahead and focus my energies on the thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, how long is he? Abiel just asked, like, how long before I should wake you up?
This one shouldn't be. I shouldn't go fully unconscious for this one, but if I start to bleed, wake me up.
Solid.
All right. That just goes for anything that I do. If I start bleeding from anywhere, it should probably. And if anyone else starts bleeding.
Yeah.
I think that's basic first aid, my dude.
So I'll go. So I get plus weird. I get +1 from the token, +1 from the help, +1 from my luck of the damned. So I get an additional +3 on this one.
Okay.
If I fail this,
If you
I would
fail
just
it,
say
I think it's mathematically impossible.
I think it is.
I mean, challenge accepted.
All right, it's a 12.
Okay. Yeah. So you do this thing. So you are trying to observe
Yeah.
another place, specifically Katie. Okay.
And I guess I didn't think about it. I guess we could flavor this as the astral projection, because I think that's where you were kind of angling towards, Abby. But I didn't really think about that. That might work just as
If you
well.
want to.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So it works better this time. So I think you sort of sit. Do you sit? Do you lay down?
Yeah, in which case I would like sit down in a chair. And,
Well, she has the medical bed.
oh, that works too. Yeah,
That's right.
I'd lay on that.
Okay, so yeah, you lie down on this this infirmary bed that Abby has sort of prepared, helping to get ready for the ritual.
Yeah, and in which case I would have said, I'll retcon it. I would have said, wake me up in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
And she
Not when
starts
you
the timer as soon as he goes out.
Yeah.
Okay. So Travis, this is sort of happening on your periphery as you were trying to figure out, like, how can we get some Girl Scout cookies down here?
Hell yeah.
Abby start the timer that she has, and when this time, not nearly as terrifying, your consciousness sort of starts to fade, almost as if you're falling asleep, but then you feel a little bit of a jolt as you leave your body, and start to sort of careen through time and space, but under sort of your own control this time, sort of focusing in on the locket that Travis acquired from Alice and Katie's roommate, and I think when for a moment you feel yourself and you can kind of see your consciousness sort of cruising out over Cedar Grove, over the small town. You can see the lights from the bars and the restaurants that are still open, and the street lights on campus and on the town streets. Say streets one more time, Savannah. Yeah, that's where street lights go. Good job. And you sort of careen out over them for just a moment, and you feel almost like a pull towards this particular home, kind of out past the downtown area into where it turns a little bit more suburban before you get to the end of Cedar Grove, and then there is just nothing. And at the end of one of these streets, I think in a cul-de-sac, you feel a pull toward this small Georgia red brick house, and you find yourself focusing in down to the house, and then to one of the windows, and then sort of phasing through and trying to see what is going on inside. And inside this house, you can see, much like the dorm that most of you recently left, the place is upturned and almost destroyed. Furniture turned over, things pulled off shelves. But in one of the rooms, I think the sort of small living area of this house, you see a space where a lot of the floor, most of the floor space in the room has been cleared away, like furniture, like shoved to the side. And you see two people uh, sort of sitting in the middle of the room close together, looks of fear on their faces. One of them familiar, Katie, and one of them unfamiliar to you, but a young man, a little bit older than her, probably closer to your age, early 20s, sort of sitting with her, both of them looking sort of harrowed and very very scared, as occasionally I think you can almost like feel the shiftings. You're much more like in tune with what is happening right now, but as like an item moves on its own, or as some glasses in the kitchen sort of fly out of their cabinets and hit the wall, the furniture kind of moving itself, and the two of them, Katie being one of them, in the center of it all.
Since I'm in the ether, can I see an entity that's causing this?
Yeah, I think after a moment, there is, noise coming from different rooms, shaking and things moving, and I think some of it, every once in a while, will stop. And in this main room, you see this apparition, again, a familiar face to you, because you summoned her in your bedroom, in your frat house, sort of appearing and existing in this space for a moment. To you, I don't know if you're sure if Katie and her friend can see them or not, but sort of appearing, sort of looming over them, like looking at them, observing them, and then after a moment will disappear again.
I think I attempt to, when I see her, I say, Molly.
Okay. Yeah, you do this, and I think the apparition sort of, in the middle of moving, stops for just a second and wheels around and looks at you.
Hey, how's it going?
What are you doing here?
I was looking for them. That one in particular. Did you bring her here?
Oh, she brought herself here.
Why are you tormenting these people?
Torment? I'm
Yeah.
only trying to help.
Help how?
They need to get out of here.
Why?
She's struggling too much.
Katie is? Well, yeah, you're throwing things at her. She's gonna struggle.
Oh, I found her because she was struggling. Well, like I did.
Struggling at what? At school?
Yes, at school.
Well, she's. We're all struggling here. I mean, some of us, most of us. I think of like one person off the top of my head that's not like struggling at school, but most of us are struggling at this. I mean, you can't just be throwing things and scaring off people that are struggling at.
I'm just trying to get them to listen to me.
Well, we're listening to you. I'm
Are
listening
you?
to you. Yeah, I am right now. You got him out. 2.5 minutes left. What do you need?
I don't need anything. But they do. My friends do. I need them to not struggle like I did.
Your friends? You mean Katie?
Yeah.
I don't think she'd consider you a friend right now. You're sort of scaring her.
Well, she'll see. They all did. Katie, Sarah, Matthew.
You killed those people?
No. I helped them. They left.
They died.
And now they're free. You can be too.
Nope.
Win.
Not really interested in that kind of freedom. My time's almost up here. I'm just gonna be heading on back down the way. Any second now. Any second now.
Are you sure you don't want to stay?
I'm positive. I'm just like stepping away from her, back across the room.
Can you feel things if they're done to your body?
What the fuck, Rob?
While astral projecting, I think, were the key words that were left out of that question. I get you, Rob. I get you.
Thanks, Sid.
Yes, I think I can.
I do too. I understand where you're going, Robert.
Sorry, I didn't quite phrasing. I'm sorry.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Would the spell end early if, say, oh, I don't know, blueberries were being chucked at your head?
Probably eventually, I'd imagine. If that, I think in the context, if it would wake up a normal person, it would probably bring me out of it.
Only very
Nice.
specifically blueberries, though.
I've been doing that for like a minute.
If Abby knew that would wake him up, she would not allow you to continue to do that. 100%. One would have hit him, and she would have given you that librarian look. That if you like sneezed in the library, and there's a tight ass librarian, and there's like.
Okay. Then I
Okay, irrelevant then.
briefly we need
I
to
still
plan
tried
this
it,
Battle
though.
of Wills, because based on how this ends,
Okay. An attempt was made.
how many attempts?
Like one. No, I missed like 3 times, and then I hit one, and then Abby gave me the look, and I was like, all right. And then I just
That's
kind
enough.
of said, yeah, okay. An attempt was made. Sorry, Wayne.
Sorry. Sorry. But once the 5 minutes is up, Abby will wake him up.
Okay, fair enough. I wasn't really paying attention. Travis, Rob is paying attention, but Travis,
Sure.
all
I'm
right,
so glad we clarified.
all right. I know what's happening.
Anyway, I'm just gonna be leaving. I'm sure my friends will want to speak with you soon enough. They're gonna want to know what's going on here. I'm just gonna go.
I don't think you are.
Abby punches him in the shoulder.
Yeah, I think it's
If the
about
5
this
minutes
time.
are up, yeah.
Travis kind of gives her a like, what the fuck, man?
I like that the whole debate with all the blueberries happened like 20 seconds before.
Yeah, it was almost time.
She was like watching her watch, and then as soon as the alarm went off, she just goes boom and throws Shiken in his shoulder.
God,
What the hell?
what?
It has to be a strong stimuli.
You could have just shaken me awake. You don't need to.
That hasn't worked in the past.
As this
When I
conversation is
tried,
happening.
man.
As this conversation is happening, Win, I think as you're waking up and being like, what the fuck, you didn't have to punch me, you just briefly, while you're in between, I think, hear that Molly's voice. I'm saying, I'll find you. Goodbye.
No.
Ow. 1, 2. We have a problem.
How so? Did you find her?
Yeah. She's I described to them the room that I was seeing, and
You saw that house too. I think you have like
Yeah.
a sort of general idea of like, you probably don't know the address, but like the
It's
location.
off campus, this place.
yeah.
Yes.
Allison mentioned she was going to a friend. I think it was Mark. His house. That might be where she went. I don't know why she dropped her phone along the way.
Well, no, she didn't go there because he's the one who told Allison that.
Yeah, I don't understand how we got to this point, but right now I can guarantee you they're at either his or somebody else's house, and Molly is there, not banished apparently, and she's tormenting them. And she told me that she killed Harmon and Sarah and Matthew.
Oh. That.
She's a little confused. She thinks she's helping them. Said something about trying to get them away from here. Says they're stressed, that they're struggling.
And so she's trying to help Katie.
Yeah, she thinks she's helping her.
Shit.
We need to let. I think Rex and Sal are probably closer than we are. If they can turn around and head that way, I mean, they might be able to get there and help them.
Okay, and she's gonna go over to the computer and minimize a chat window that has been up between her and Ajax, and then she's going to post a Google Earth image of the area and see if you can identify where it is.
Can I?
Yeah.
If we do some a couple of street views.
Yeah, I said it was in a cul-de-sac, so I feel like you can narrow it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that one. It's that one.
Okay. Well, let's call the others.
You all get a text from Sally.
Oh.
And Rex. That something terrible has happened.
Oh. Should we go there or shouldn't we go to Katie?
So the text was video link of the room with the blood spatter, and then Sally walking out with Allison over her shoulder. As you can hear the fire alarm ringing again in the background,
really
and then
likes
it says,
fucking fire alarm.
then it says, "Please advise?" ?
Hospital ?
Yeah, just fucking girl's bleeding. And also, what is with the fire alarms on this guy? Like, I don't understand.
So you're not texting that?
No, I'm ranting to Abby.
But Siri picks it up and you all get it in the text.
Yeah, perfect.
It doesn't happen unless you wanted to. I'm totally joking.
I guess it just says fine in all small case, and then that's it.
I look at Abby and say, well, you've got the medical. Why not just let them come here?
Because this is my haven. This is his home. I don't want randos knowing where it is.
Yeah, we can't just admit anybody in here.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, the Batcave.
They're good people, though. I mean,
how do you know that?
I've just got a good sense for this thing. I mean,
I'm sorry if I don't trust your sense.
Yeah, sorry, Win. I'm with the kid on this. We can't do that.
We gotta deal. We're gonna have more bodies if we don't go take care of Katie and her friend right now. So we gotta take care of that. And
all right, so we take the kid, the Allison, to campus security or whatever, and be like, "Yo, I found her."
No, hospital.
Okay, fine. Whoever's gonna get her to a hospital. I'm saying this is not our job. Our job is to deal with the fucking ghost that's about to kill Katie.
Yes.
So we send her on her way, drop her to the hospital, and then we go to this house. Right?
Why is she attacking two people at once? How is she doing that?
She was trying to get rid of Allison so that she could get to Katie.
Right, but if she's with Katie, how is she also with Allison?
It's a ghost. They can be in two places at once, right?
Not as far as I'm aware of, no. And we destroyed the thing that she was bound to, unless she's bound in more than one place. That's weird.
She said she's got many books.
This thing's
should be bound to the dorm.
We need to go meet Sal and Rex. I might be able to help heal Allison, but y'all need to go take care of the Katie right now, and if you want anyone there, you probably want Sally, because I mean, she could probably beat the shit out of a ghost. So I mean,
Okay. Abby texts, keep pressure on the wounds. Check to make sure there's no obstructions. Take her to the hospital. You don't have to explain, not legally. And then texting the address. Katie's there. So is Molly. Poop. Emoji.
You just get battle droid emoji or a GIF that says Roger Roger. And Sal, how are we getting you and her to anywhere on my motorcycle? that's the hard part.
Okay, where this is fair. Like campus security or even like a nurse's office, something is that is going to be way closer than trying to
I'll
poor girl to the hospital.
For sure, there is at least like a medical clinic on campus with like basic. I mean, Emma, it's essentially like an urgent care. But yeah, much closer than trying to get to like the local hospital.
All right, I'm gonna start taking her there, but I'm gonna be like, Rexy, wake her up. Wake her up.
The hood tilts like weird, like what?
She saw stuff, so I want to talk to her before we just drop her off and go kick a ghost's ass. Wake her up.
Poke. This doesn't know. Poke.
Yeah, nothing's happening.
Okay. Shaker.
Okay, I mean,
Rex, you see Rex pull a gloved hand back like he's gonna smack her in the face.
Oh my god.
I think right before that happens, I think she kind of stirs a little bit in her kind of shock state.
Hey, you're okay. Hey, you're good.
I think she kind of looks up at you, Sally, and is like, what the hell?
I don't know, you tell me. I found you on your floor, and there was a message and some fucking blood on your wall. What the fuck happened?
It's some girl, I don't know.
What'd she look like?
And are you still carrying her?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just kind of leading them towards said urgent care or whatever the clinic.
Okay. Yeah, as you're making your way there, at Rex's aggressive nudging, I think she's like, I don't know, blonde, tan. I don't know. I don't even know where she came from.
She go back unconscious?
No, she's making sounds like she's in pain.
Oh, sorry. Where? Just tell me where did. I'll try not to touch the part that hurts.
All of it hurts.
What happened?
I don't know. She just, no one was there, and then she was there, and she just came at me, and now I'm here.
Okay. Did that description sound anything like Molly?
Nope.
No? Okay. Blonde and tan, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take you to the doctor or whatever. Stay there and, yeah, just stay there.
Okay. She says, kind of not having any other options.
And Rex, knowing that if they spoke currently, it would just creep her the hell out, so he's just staying silent.
Shepherding.
Nods and shoves.
Shepherding the herd along. Yeah, I think it does not take very long. I think you sort of drop her off there being sort of a nurse on call at all times. Probably, because that seems like a responsible thing a clinic on a college campus would do. Yep, you sort of drop her off, and I think the nurse is kind of like, what is happening, and I'm imagining the rest of you are just like, "Oop, nothing.
And Rex wouldn't enter the building because most likely there's a camera there. So
All right, so Rex waiting outside, Sally kind of making her way into the.
Yeah, she was unconscious in her room, so I brought her here. Okay, bye.
And the nurse is kind of like, oh, okay. As you like, they have like brought out a gurney and you lay her down and just like bounce.
And like, I go back to her, be like, stay here, and I leave.
And you guys leave. And you have this this address.
Yep.
That the rest have sent you. So I think very quickly with your various modes of transportation, all of you can sort of make your way to this house. It is sort of out right past the downtown area, kind of out where it again gets to be more suburban in this cul-de-sac. This very unassuming red brick ranch home on one side of this cul-de-sac. You all sort of make it there.
On the way, can I text the group chat? What would help me hit ghosts?
Magic gloves.
You got any of those?
Poop emoji.
Poop would hurt ghosts?
Eye roll emoji.
That's
I add to the text, I can help when I get there.
And you hear. Couldn't help themselves.
Does Win or Travis have a license? Like a license?
The license to kill?
I know how to drive. I just
drive a
don't.
car.
I can't do it legally, but I know how.
I think we super said Travis does not have a license to drive anything.
I think I do. I think Win
do
has. I think Win has a license, but not a car.
Okay, if we need to get somewhere fast, Abby is going to she's going to borrow one of her parents' cars.
Okay. Which one?
I don't know, whatever one Win wants to drive.
Win, which one?
What the hell?
You can't drive.
Drive?
You don't have a license.
I know how to drive.
You don't have a license.
Win, which super fucking fancy car do you steal from Abby's parents?
Borrow.
Hold on. I have to think for a second. How rich are we talking?
Tonight on GGK, we're playing Crash Pandas.
I mean,
Toretto, you son of a bitch.
They have an estate and a cliff face.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know.
We're the Waynes.
Yeah.
Well,
We are the Waynes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Batman's mom's car. What do you steal?
yeah, I'm thinking like they gotta have like an Audi like R10 or something like that. Something, yeah.
Is that a car?
Yeah, it is. It's a very nice car.
I know what an Audi is.
Beep, beep.
I was hoping you beep beep. I was hoping
It's
you
like a I mean, it's it's a
I'm
racing
Googling it.
car. It's
Oh,
not like
yes,
Is it
yes.
convertible though?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
It's the one with the things on the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her dad's, I guess, into racing cars, yeah.
Feels right.
Yes, that's it.
That's
I'm
right.
so glad that we know this now.
We just get up there. I was like, just pick one.
And
Travis is definitely bitter about this. He's been living there for like ever, and he still hasn't been allowed to drive one of these. And now some rando from this fucking college, like, come on, man.
oh no.
She does make it very clear that if he breaks it, he will have to explain to her parents why you took the car and why it is broken.
When
I'm
are
not
you
covering.
listening?
No.
I'm less mad, but still mad.
So Abby said that
Hold on. I'm finding an image, so I'm gonna share it with the group. Continue. Sorry.
if she says if you damage the car, you are going to have to explain to her parents why, because she will not cover for you.
Yeah. Again.
Golly.
Wins like yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a nice car.
Yeah, it is.
Share that in the Discord later.
Beautiful.
All right, so yeah.
Parents do.
What don't they do?
Philanthropists.
Yeah.
Genius
They don't really
billionaire
talk about their
playboy
business. Her
philanthropist.
mom was a professor, but she's not sure. They're gone a lot.
It's kind of like the Barney Stinson. Like, what do you do? Please.
All right. Yeah. So when you you get the keys, you don't even have to steal it. She just hands you the keys, and
Whack.
let in behind the wheel of this fancy car, and take off. Probably pretty quickly.
Very quickly.
Travis is sitting there like,
In the backseat,
Oh,
just
he's mad. Gross.
Abby's having a fucking heart attack in the front seat. No! Shift!
I know what I'm doing.
Do you?
I do. I think Wynn does. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I think Wynn's very excited right now, and I think he definitely like hits the gas and is like driving really far. I think he looks to the side, he just see Abby sort of like panicking and Travis in the back seat. I think it does slow it down a little bit though. After a bit, after the initial like excitement wears off,
Yeah.
I guess a little more serious about driving.
All right. So after a moment of excitement, it turns into a very normal, not super exceeding the speed limit or anything, careful using blinkers drive.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to avoid as many like the main thoroughfares as possible to avoid like lights and stuff, and so we don't have to get hung up like in traffic or sitting at a red light or something like that. So back roads, and I'm taking Wire Road all the way there, which Savannah would know.
God, I can't believe you done this to me.
Yeah.
That is a very specific
It's a
road
deep-
in a
deep
very
cut.
specific city that we used to live in, where we went to college, that no one else will understand, which makes it great TV. The
No,
three of
it's-
you.
It's for chat sometimes. See,
Yeah.
people can pick and choose at that. By the way, whenever Sally's riding, is Sally like heavier than she appears because of who and what she is?
No.
Okay, so how much does Sally weigh? Sorry to ask.
You don't ask.
I know. I
lady.
have to.
gentleman never asks and a
have to.
demon never
Sorry.
tells.
So
She's not a lady. Maybe 130.
okay, all right, cool.
Lean muscle. Yeah.
All right, because poor Rex would have to stand to ride the bike with her on back if she didn't, she didn't know how to ride.
Oh, no, she's got a bike. So yeah, we got
Okay,
this.
all
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
okay, Phew. All right,
We're good.
okay. I guess we're headed there.
Yeah, cool motorcycle squad
Heck yeah.
makes their way. So now we have 2 motorcycles and a fucking race car, I guess. I'm not sure how you guys keep ending up with all of this shit, because I'm not giving it to you.
And I'm not giving this car back.
I'm just looking through my playbook right now and waiting until I get driver, which means I get 2 vehicles.
Okay.
Hey, Rex never said that they own this motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Let-
You
This motorcycle.
Let's be real. Mine are not going to be owned.
All right. So in all of your super
Acquired.
fancy rides that you have literally 2 sessions into this game, somehow, what am I doing wrong, Internet?
No, you're doing it right
You're
because
doing it
it's
so
like a
right.
TV show. where
What am I doing right?
People are like, don't have jobs, but they drive Bugattis and Porsches.
Yeah,
That's where
Yeah,
we're
and-
living.
And their
Sally
apartments,
works hard.
yeah, their
Yeah.
apartments are huge, and like,
I mean,
Like
honestly,
kicking ass and taking names. Those are both of her jobs: kicking ass, taking names. That's what she
Both
does
of her fists.
Yeah.
for a living.
taking names on her sign-up sheet for her martial arts class.
Exactly.
Yeah, if that's
Facts.
where you guys want to exist, that's where we're existing. So looking super cool, and like you all have a lot of money and very fancy things, you in the sports car and on your 2 motorcycles sort of make it down into this very normal Georgia cul-de-sac. Pulling up outside, making it there all about the same time. And as you do this, I think those of you that are experienced in the magical arts or otherwise have some, I don't know, maybe bloodline connection to them, or something like that, you don't have to raise your hands, but you know who you are. I think as you make it to the outside of this house, parking wherever you want because it's a cul-de-sac and no one knows how to do it.
Too real.
Oh god, the curb. I'm trying. Hold on, gotta pull it back. This thing
Do I
does
park
not
like
have a
it's
good turn
parking
radius.
space, or do I try to parallel park? I don't know. What are the other people on the street doing?
I was gonna do a
I'll just
dramatic
do that.
moment, but I just like couldn't. Like cul-de-sacs are the fucking worst.
Why are they
So, I
facing
live on one
backwards?
and they're stupid.
Yeah. There's a skateboard in the road. What?
What? I'm gonna make you all roll for parking, and the amount of time it takes you to park is gonna
Fucking
directly affect the
nope.
hostages. So yeah, you all pull up into this cul-de-sac in front of this house, and I think those of you that have some connection to magic or the old arts, the dark arts, the arcane, whatever it is, I think as soon as you get close to this house, hopping off a bike or getting out of the car, I think you can feel it. There is something happening here. And when you know what you saw, the rest of you sort of know what Wynn told you. I think as you were sort of feeling this almost like an overwhelming sense of dread kind of hit you as you get close to this property. And even those of you that aren't connected, I think, can feel it from the rest of your team. Like this is it. Something is definitely going down in here. And I think as the sort of dramatic lightning strike happens behind the house or whatever it is for ghosts, I think all of you hear coming from inside the house again a scream, but it's not, if you thought it was Katie, it's not just her. There is some warbling to this, some like otherworldly element to this, as if like multiple voices are screaming at once. And I think the scream just like pierces through the quiet of this friendly little neighborhood on the outside of your college campus, and the sense of foreboding sort of hits all of you as you decide what you're going to do next. But we'll find out next time. As we're gonna have to go ahead and end.
Thanks, I hate it.
No. Y'all can joke all you want. I'm gonna find a way to make it spooky.
Thanks, I hate it.
Let's do some music that's not the spooky music. How about this one? It's jazzy and I like it. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us today as we get sort of into the meat of our new Monster of the Week game here on Game Nights. This has been Slaying 101. And yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. So that will be in actual September. So we'll be sort of in the time frame that the mystery is happening right now. That'll be September 8th, I think. So we'll be obviously gone for Labor Day, but we'll be back in 2 weeks, 4 p.m. Eastern time that Sunday, with what is probably going to be the wrapping up of this mystery, which I didn't expect to take 3 sessions, but you guys do super interesting stuff. So it is, which I love. So we will be back to wrap up this mystery and start a brand new one with something else spooky and fun and awesome. Until then, really quick, let's do our end of session stuff so we can resolve that, and then we will go away for 2 weeks. So at the end of every session of Monster of the Week, if you're not familiar, the Keeper asks the players some questions, and they get XP based on their answers. So, did we conclude the current mystery?
No.
Nope, just said we didn't. Hope you all were paying attention. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yes.
Potentially with Allison?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I do like LB's confidence, so I'm gonna go with a yes for that one. So that's 1 yes for the team. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Heck
Yes.
yeah. You can't punch ghosts without magical gloves.
Yes.
I mean, yes.
And also other stuff, but I'm glad that one stuck.
And that Girl Scout cookies can only be ordered from January till April.
Girl Scout cookies, not available in the fall.
Important.
Hey,
I googled it. I wanted to be true to life.
I told you how to do it. It's got a good Dollar General.
Vivacia in the chat is very, very right. Don't text and hex. We learned very valuable lessons today.
So yeah, I think we're just gonna have to have a hashtag every week about this game. But we'll get to that in a second. So that I'm gonna say, yeah, I mean, you guys learned a lot of other stuff, but those two are also important. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Wins a creep.
Whoa.
It's a bit of a
Whoa.
Sally is
Am I wrong?
You're
Am I
making
wrong?
assumptions that I'm
I was gonna say, alleged.
alleged creep. It has been confirmed that Rex spies on people. I have not confirmed the fact that I've spied on people. I deny those allegations.
Okay.
And that's all I have to say in my defense.
the defense rests.
But I would say that counts. I'm putting a experience.
Sure.
Yes, okay. I think, Win did, if I'm fighting on the side of the hunters this time to give you guys some more experience. I mean, a lot of your abilities, I think, were made pretty clear to some of your other party members
Sure, sure.
this time
Yeah.
around.
Oh, Wynn found out about Abby's parents' wealth. I don't know if he knew that before.
Yeah, I knew you had a creepy cave something, so I
Didn't know there were a bunch of cars in it.
Yeah.
They're not in it. They had to go up into the
Into the car cave, excuse me.
Yeah. Well, now I know I can borrow those whenever I want.
also known as a garage, and good luck.
We're calling it a car cave from now on. That's something else new and important about the world. Everyone calls their garages car caves.
Just wait till I use my magic to steal cars and
It's
3 episodes from now.
It's part of
Oh,
it's
boy.
like this AU said and done. There, car cave. Got it.
That was interesting enough that I'm going to call it a yes. So we're going to say you got 3 yes answers. So everybody marks 2 experience.
Daddy leveled up.
Session. Congratulations. Yeah, some of you should have improved for sure.
I improved like halfway through the session with the bad
Everyone
rolls
is
that I
nodding.
made.
Did everyone improve?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be so fun. I can't wait to talk about it. Okay, great. Wonderful. We're already 10 minutes over our time, and I am so sorry about it for those of us that have other stuff to do tonight, because I don't magically control all of these people's schedules as much as I wish I could. Because then every day we could just play this game, but you know what they say about TV? Leave them wanting more. So we told you at the beginning of this where to find all of these wonderful folks and all the projects that they're working on. Follow these people on the Twitters and all the other social medias. They're always tweeting about what they're doing, and we will be retweeting it and liking it and sharing it from my personal Twitter and also from the GGK Twitter, because we love them and they're doing amazing work all the time. So yeah, I guess we have to go away now, but we'll be back in 2 weeks to see the conclusion of this mystery and hopefully the start of something new and exciting. But until then, we'll sign off for now and we'll say good game, good hunting, and good night, internet.
Night, internet.